Hi, my name is Kailin, and this video is an introduction to authorization for Ontoserver. Ontoserver uses user roles and communities to manage access to resources that are published in Ontoserver. This video will give you a brief overview of user roles, community roles, and the managing consoles. User roles. A user role or persona determines the ability for a user to manage users, community, and content. There are 5 different user roles available: consumer, author, approver, service desk, and administrator. The base level of access is assigned to the consumer role. Users with a consumer role assigned are able to have read-only access to resources in communities that they are given membership to. They also have read-only access to resources secured with anonymous read access. Next is the author role, which allows users with this role assigned to have read and write access to resources in the communities they are members of, as well as read access to anonymous read access resources. They are also able to create and manage their own communities. Author role users can also be assigned as management roles for other communities. The content approver role has all the same permissions as an author role, but they are also able to syndicate or approve resources for publication from the authoring server. This may then be incorporated into a release to the staging and ultimately production servers. The service desk role is able to create and manage users, system clients, and permissions. This role is also able to manage members of all communities. An administrator role can be used to create the service desk role and has all permissions in regards to creating and managing users, system clients, permissions, and communities. Community roles. A community is the method of grouping and managing access by users to resources. For each community, users can further be assigned community roles to manage their access to resources. A community consumer role allows read access to a specific community. A community author role allows read-write access to a specific community. A community content administrator can be granted to an author by the service desk and has read-write access to any community content regardless of their community membership. A community owner role is able to control the membership of a community as well as the level of access of members. When a user creates a community, they are automatically assigned as a community owner. Other users can also be assigned as a community owner. A community member administrator can manage the membership of any community. This is assigned to the service desk users. To manage all the roles, communities, and system clients, there are 3 consoles available. These 3 consoles are System Administration Console. This is only required at initial setup to set up service desk accounts by the administrator. Administration Console. This is used by the service desk users and author users to manage users, communities, and system clients. And third, the Account Management Console. This allows users to self-manage their own account details. License Agreements. Once the initial setup is complete, as users begin to register, service desk users are able to check whether other users have accepted their license agreements. To do this, a service desk user needs to log into the Administration Console. Go to the Users tab. Search for the user you want to check the agreements for, or click View All Users and find the user. Click on the user ID and go to the Attribute tab. Here you can see that the user has accepted both agreements on the 1st of September. If you wish for the user to re-accept any of the agreements the next time they log in, delete the line for each agreement you want them to accept. When the user next logs in, they will need to re-accept the agreements. How to create and manage a community. To create a community, log into the Administration Console as an author. On the left, click the Communities tab. The community name is a human-readable name for your community. A security label is a short string which is used as security labels when securing file resources in the Snapper tool. The short string should be alphanumeric and should not contain spaces, symbols, or punctuations other than underscore. Once you have done that, click Save. In the Groups tab, you can now see 2 entries for the new community, one for the authors and one for consumers. You can also see the entry for the community owners. If you double-click on any of these cards and go to the Member tab, you can see the current members of the community. As I just created this community, I am the only member. I am also automatically designated as community owner. To add or remove users from my community, I go to the User tab, find the user I wish to add or remove and click on their ID. I then go to the Groups tab. Here you can see all the available communities. I can choose to assign author permissions or consumer permissions by selecting the one I want and then clicking Join. You can see that in their group membership that this user is now an author. If I want to remove this user from my community, I select the community name from the group membership list and click Leave. A user's permissions will be bound by their user role over their community role. This means that a user with a user role of consumer will only ever have read access, even if they are given a community author role. The community role will not override the level of access that is in their user permissions. From this screen here, I can also give a community ownership role. By doing this, this user can now also manage membership to this community.